Hey guys, Crew of Blonde Wave, I'm Eric.
I'm Shane.
I'm Aaron.
Guys, it is time for Rebels again.
Mm-hmm.
It's been a little while, not as long as the other shows, but last time we saw the entire crew.
Yeah.
We had an Ezra episode about his parents,
Yeah.
and they're dead.
Oh. Sad.
Right? I
So
think they're
that
dead.
we know of.
We think they're dead. They're dead.
Yeah.
Probably.
Well, I was talking about I rewatched that episode because I remember originally I said no. I think it was like a vision of his a past thought.
Yeah.
But I think it was more of a vision he had instead of I don't know. It seemed originally when I first watched it, I thought he was thinking of a past moment.
Yeah.
Then the next time I watched it, I didn't feel that way as much. I was like, maybe he's not having a past moment. It's like a vision he's having right now, like a Force ghost type of thing. But why are they Force ghosts?
I mean, you can say the same thing like Luke's vision on Dagobah. Like, why does he have his face in Darth Vader's helmet? You know,
Yeah.
it's like, oh, it's significant.
It was a symbolical kind
Yeah,
of thing.
it's
type of
something.
thing.
Symbolical.
It's something.
He's turned to the dark side.
Yeah.
No, I don't want to be dark.
Yeah. But it was cool to get a vision for that show, and then when we went in and saw The Force Awakens, and there was a big vision there, so that was kind of cool. Anyway, so we're getting back into Rebels. I don't really know what all is happening. I know some spoilers.
He hasn't
because-
seen the trailer
Yeah,
yet,
me and
folks.
Shane watched the trailer. He has not. So, no spoilers in the comments about all those wonderful things that we saw.
Wonderful.
But we're going to just
I heard it was awesome.
It was awesome.
It was amazing.
But I think it would be important for one of us not to know what's coming. And I would much rather that to be Aaron. All right, guys. So we're gonna get into Rebels. Come along with us, Shane. Hit the button.
Okay.
Hey,
Love
Lost
it.
Cats.
Lolcat.
As you'd expect, we both knew Ezra might not get the news he hoped he would about his parents.
Kicking right into it.
His agent is coming to Lothal with 3 cruisers.
Oh, that's cool.
That is good news. Maybe a mission like this is just what Ezra needs.
Kind of a Rebel
I hope
alliance.
you're right. We'll be there as soon as we can. to
You're
help.
gonna have 3PO and R2. It's Organa.
He sounds like Ferris Bueller's Day Off.
Yeah.
Camp.
Oh,
Is that Leia?
This is Princess Leia.
What?
nope, not her. That's one of the things that we saw.
There's no turning back now.
Yay!
She looks older than Ezra though. Isn't she supposed to be like the same
They're
age?
the same age.
Okay.
She doesn't look. She looks like a young Carrie Fisher.
Well, she does.
Can't tell how those girls are nowadays, man. Get you in trouble.
Can't trust her.
Ezra, we're gonna miss our rendezvous. We could borrow my bike. Take it.
What a stupid hat.
Hold any further.
To protect her from the sun.
Why?
Look at that stupid hat.
Back in the fight. I won't go back to prison, kid.
You can't hear enough.
No best then.
He can't hear.
What's he-
He has things over
Why
his
doesn't
ears
he?
anyway.
Why doesn't he earmuffs?
He's protecting from the sun.
Loud noises.
Protect her from the sun.
The animation quality is just better.
I like that they kept her snarkiness.
Off to a good start.
As
Yeah.
a matter of fact,
Yes, I love that so much about her.
where's the rest of your team?
They'll be here.
I like her voice.
Good. Then you can steal my ships. Follow my lead and try and keep up.
Wait, why does she get to give orders? I don't get to give orders. Do you ever listen to yourself?
No reward is worth this.
And I happen to be very interesting.
I hate his helmet. Looks like a mustache.
Yeah.
Princess of the Royal House of Aldron.
And
I mean, stormtroopers look like they're unhappy.
Yeah.
I come with relief.
Assure you, that won't happen on my watch.
Ooh,
What's that?
a gun? Oh, it's like one of those fucking boots that they put on your car whenever you're parked on the wrong spot.
That's
Fuck
interesting.
the police. Oh, sorry.
Fuck the police. And fuck the police.
Fuck the po-po.
And for extra security.
I had a bad parking experience once.
You two, bring those supplies and escort me to the trauma area at once.
I like that she's ordering around stormtroopers.
Yeah.
Interesting. I wasn't expecting that.
Well, it's,
Well, because she's an Imperial at this point.
she's
She's part of the Imperial
She's on the
Senate.
Senate.
In the
isn't she?
Senate, yeah,
Yep.
right?
I don't know if she is here or not.
Well,
3 years. Right?
Organa's on the Senate, right?
Yeah.
She's a member of the Imperial Senate.
On a diplomatic mission to Alderaan.
Underestimated the Stormtroopers.
I can imagine Chopper's like, hey, hey, stormtroopers. Wah, 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 wah.
Ooh.
We have orders to terminate one of them immediately. Chopper's receiving a signal.
You know what that means. Hera's here.
Yay, kill them.
He shoots Kanan. No!
Just kill those other fools.
What about that president? It's coming. He said to make it look good. That lady.
That's funny.
This episode featured more stormtroopers talking than I've ever had in all 6
I didn't
movies
notice that.
added together.
Yeah.
In all 7 movies added together. Unless you count,
How's your face?
you know.
Why
Finn.
did you hit me?
Finn.
Yeah.
What the hell?
Pretty competent Imperial.
I
Yeah.
lived my life. Maybe you could use a friend.
At least he won't be her brother.
That we know of.
Yeah.
Huh, nice theme.
But I'm
Pretty rare we
still
hear that
here.
stuff.
Mhm.
You're a princess. You don't have to risk your life doing this.
Aladdin,
I feel
princess.
like because I
Yep.
can't
Listen to
fight,
Aladdin, didn't
I have to.
Aladdin's supposed to look like Tom Cruise.
So Anthony and I talked about during the first one a lot of Aladdin stuff.
Ryder Azadi.
Ah,
Does that mean you're getting
convenient.
I mean, we got lightsabers.
It's clear I can't stay alone
Yeah.
tomorrow, so I'll help you.
Sounds like Savage Press.
Yeah, I was gonna say it sounds like Clancy Brown.
Yeah.
Over there.
We'll have to look at the credits.
The Phantom.
I was gonna say when they were doing their plan, I'm like, that's pretty much what they all do anyway, all the time, right?
Yeah.
Air flies.
Maybe they
usually
just
do
wanted to
something.
explain the plan, that way it wouldn't work.
Yeah.
They blow stuff up.
Even on Burn Notice, the plan always works. That's one you haven't seen. That's what I love about it.
I think
Hips are safe.
They don't notice that?
Right where you left.
if you're trying to impress me, Lieutenant,
That's a little silly.
you're doing a miserable job of it.
Uh-oh, he's gonna get shot.
They're terrible shots.
I hope he takes his helmet off and deflects one. And then you're like, haha, told you.
If he did that, pretty good. Armor's too strong for blaster fire. I guess not.
Those are rockets, I think, right?
The rebels didn't have any rockets on all of the base.
No.
That thing went down pretty easy, didn't
I'm
it?
They-
just really impressed with the animation.
Yeah,
I mean, it's not like Clone Wars yet, but
that was cool. They're just watching.
that's my move.
That was your move. Straddle a man's face.
Huh? Yeah.
I'm not a walker. How? Just trust us. Go.
Can they use lightsabers just like
I don't think that she
Legs
knows.
up?
She doesn't know they're Jedi yet.
Right, true.
It's kind of cool seeing a
Yeah, it's kinda-
stormtrooper. Whoa!
Oh, they can't cut the legs off. That's what I was saying, yeah. Why didn't Luke do that on Hoth?
Wasn't good enough, I guess. Whoa, man!
I don't think it would cut that fast.
I don't know. Maybe.
You
It's a
see how they
lightsaber.
cut through the blast doors? They had to go real slow.
Good job. Hey, Leia's got a gun. Come on, Leia. There you go.
That stormtrooper is a hero.
She didn't handle shit.
He's like, I'm sorry, but I have to. It's my duty.
Blown up. What's going on?
Afterburners! That's cool. Bet you Azure got a little bit turned on.
Probably.
Make it look good.
I'll summon you another right away.
They took his last time.
I guess he's not very confident. Alright, they got more fleet.
What was... So they just gave him 3 more shuttles? That's it?
Yeah.
That's the support?
Find a safe place.
Why don't we ever do that, guys?
Just stand around and look at each other.
Yeah.
Let's react. Alright, okay. Nice
Huh.
little episode.
Wait. You want to see if, what's his name's in the credits, right?
Yeah.
Did you say Clancy Brown?
Yeah.
Grodd?
Yeah.
Really?
Yep.
He was Savage Press?
I said that so many times.
Damn it, we missed it. Shane, you... Oh, fuck.
I don't think I saw it. You had to hit play for it to buffer, probably.
Now hit play. Get ready. And... The long one. Nope, next. Not that.
So glad you messed it up before.
Clancy Brown. Look, he did that,
Oh.
and that guy, and that guy. He had 3.
You and I
Wait,
called it.
where at?
Right
The
down the
bottom.
bottom.
Oh! Yeah, right.
Told you it was him.
He was a stormtrooper and an imperial officer. Yeah, cool.
Oh,
Yeah.
Chopper.
Yeah, so that's,
Chopper's name is Wait, as himself. C
the
10P.
Well, see how it's C and then the H and the dash. The one and the dash looks like an H.
Chop.
Now the big conspiracy theory is that Dave Filoni voiced the Chopper. But yeah, Clancy Brown is cool. Of course, as Clone Wars.
Hey, Dave Filoni, AT driver, stormtrooper commander. So
He doesn't
he
do a
didn't
lot
do
of stuff.
Chopper. It's a lie.
I don't know if it's true or not. Apparently, he's told at Celebration, a kid asked, like, who plays Chopper? Because what people do is like their parents get little kids to ask questions, and Dave like, dang it, all right, I gotta tell the kids, they're too cute. So he had a little girl come on stage, and he's like, I'll tell you, don't tell anybody else. And he's like, and she's like, oh, like that. And left, and everyone's like, ah, But the idea is that he said, I play Chopper, and she's like, oh,
Chopper.
Yeah. Anyway, Clancy Brown. We all know him from a bunch of stuff, but the Clone Wars people remember him as Savage Opress. Is that you, brother? You, brother?
Freddie Prinze Jr. did another AT. Who's Steve Bloom? That name sounds familiar.
Steve Bloom is the guy that does Zeb.
Oh yeah, it's like name itself just sounds familiar too, but maybe that's why.
Yeah.
Okay.
He also, I know he did some voices in The Force Unleashed as well.
Okay.
Anyway, all right. Well, that was a fun episode. It was cool
Princess
seeing
Leia.
It was cool seeing Leia. Yeah. Who plays Leia?
I guess say there.
Princess Julian Dolan. Julie Dolan.
Julie Dolan.
She did a good job. I mean, it wasn't like a dead ringer, but it sounded
sound
like
pretty
it
good.
reminded me more of Carrie Fisher that did in Princess Leia.
Which is right?
Yeah, I guess so. I mean, like Carrie. It sounds like something like if I heard
young Carrie Fisher.
If I heard Carrie Fisher's voice now and then imagine what her voice was like, it would sound more like that than I think Princess Leia. Does that make sense? I guess it doesn't.
No.
It kind of makes. She has that like smoky, like raspy voice now.
Now?
No.
Yeah. And then if I try to imagine like that younger.
She says S is the slur.
Yeah, like I try to imagine.
Snoke.
I try to imagine what that would sound like younger. I wouldn't imagine like Princess Leia from episode 4.
You think it sounds like him?
Hey, it's right here.
Open a channel. Attention, this is Lieutenant List. Lothal is now a restricted system by order of the Emperor.
Okay,
Identify
now
yourselves
let me hear that one.
Hit the nail right in the head. Find out where she is. This isn't over yet, Buster. Do you read me? Or you just mind your P's and Q's, Buster?
No, that guy has more like Beatles in his voice. I think
I want my daughter out in front of the school in 10 minutes.
he doesn't have the hard R's that I heard in his.
Doesn't
Nope,
sound
you're wrong, Aaron. Slap Shane. With Leia, obviously this is Princess Leia. It's cool to see her, but in the back of my head, sometimes it's hard to make the connection that Leia is Anakin Skywalker's daughter.
Yeah.
I know. But,
Spoiler alert.
Spoiler alert. But I just, I always think of her as just that character, and then I think of the relationship second, But watching her in Rebels and Anakin being so featured in Clone Wars, it's kind of a interesting thing to think about, I think.
Well, just to see her heroism.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. And
Heroinism,
we
I mean.
we can't talk about her drug usage.
we have talked about how they are the same age. Leia and Ezra, but Ezra is actually 3 days older.
Mm-hmm. To me, he seems younger. But maybe it's the whole boys mature slower than girls thing or something. But
Could be that. I mean, she's royalty and she has all this responsibility.
that's true.
and-
She probably grew up with
Yeah.
proper stuff, and he's been a street rat for years.
Now she didn't.
Street rat.
She didn't seem to know that they were Jedi at all, and she found out. That was kind of cool.
Uh-huh.
It makes me think like in Episode 4, they're looking for Obi-Wan Kenobi, the great Jedi that served my father in the Clone Wars.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
When I think of that, it makes me think like I don't know if Canon's
Then you
gonna,
watch a
I don't know
lightsaber
if-
fight.
Well, I don't know if Canon's gonna make it. Like they already have a Jedi kind of.
Why didn't they contact him?
Why didn't they contact him? Maybe they tried and he wasn't available, or they tried and.
I don't know how
You
they
know?
would make
Well,
them
that-
survive unless they just do another sequel series that takes place after Episode 6, between Episode 6 and 7.
I don't know.
Same thing with Ezra. I mean,
That's what I'm saying.
One way you could assume Ezra becomes a Jedi, but
Did
you
we
don't
say-
ever see him again, and they contact
Yeah.
Obi-Wan Kenobi. Why don't they call Ezra?
I mean, yeah.
Maybe he goes to hiding like Obi-Wan and they had to come get him.
There's definitely stakes in terms of our characters maybe dying, but we did say the same thing about Ahsoka, and she made it over to the next one.
That's what I'm saying. Maybe they'll do like a series where he's like an Obi-Wan Kenobi to like Luke. Yeah.
It'd be cool to see like. I think some characters have to die just I think they have to eventually. But it would be cool to get like a series like post Return of the Jedi, like when they're reforming the Galactic Republic and stuff, and we get like Sabine.
They do an animated series in between.
That's what I just fucking
Force
meant.
Awakens and Return of the Jedi. That'd be really cool. I'm glad I thought of that.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Yeah, they should do that. If Rey is related to Kanan.
I don't know.
I don't see it.
I mean, it doesn't have as much of a tie-in with like the Saber.
I think that if that were the case, the majority of the world, when they found that out, they'd be like,
Who the hell is this?
Who?
Fuck's that?
Yeah.
What, Disney shit? They ruined it. It was cool to see the Old Republic ships.
Yep.
I like that. I liked the boot.
The boot.
I never thought about that. That's a brand new idea. That's
lock
like
a ship.
That's a pretty cool
good
idea. I bet Dave Filoni thought of that.
I wonder how it works though, because surely the ship is more powerful than that thing. Unless it's, like,
I wonder if someone was like,
magnetic or...
someone like had a cop like lock it under their wheel, like, shit, they have to deal with this shit in Star Wars.
Yeah.
A realization.
It's like whenever I thought of the ending to Rivals with the steam in the face. I was making ramen. And I looked over and I poured out all the water and was like, ah! And I was like, ooh, that's a good idea.
And they use that in Clone Wars.
Yeah. I mean, that's a true story. I think I told you guys
The
that.
Dave Filoni stole that idea.
Yeah, I know. They used a lot of the Rebel fanfare in the episode. They've always done it in the beginning and the end. You know, well, I don't know. They did a lot in the actual episode. And the Leia theme.
About Leia theme, yeah.
Yeah, that was kind of cool too. The one Imperial mentioned about meddling Alderaan. Like, it seems like whenever Alderaan is involved with something, it's like they're meddling.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, well, that's going to be solved pretty soon.
Yeah.
That kind of sucks, you know, but it won't be meddling much longer.
I like that he also mentioned, like,
They're like the Middle East.
He was like, your ships have a habit of
glass.
Your ships have a habit of falling into rebel hands. We'll make sure that doesn't happen. So apparently they've done this type of thing before.
Yeah.
Where it was like,
well, it kind of
their
gives
ships. Oh, dang, the rebels stole them. Darn it.
Well, it just kind of lends to Vader being more suspicious of Leia. Yeah, I mean, like, why she's been investigated.
Mm-hmm.
And in episode 4, they finally catch her.
Well, I
She's
mean,
been suspected probably for a while.
The blockade runner that we've seen in
There's
Rebels
a blockade,
while, right?
Yeah.
The blockade runner was used as a convoy ship in episode 4, like as an Alderaan, what they call it, peacekeeping mission or something. So it would make sense that maybe those blockade runners are actually Alderaan ships, right?
Okay.
We
have
have
4 or whatever? Or?
Yeah, Tantive 4. I always thought they were Corellian though. I don't know. Anything else? What do you guys got?
Corellian blockade runner.
Well, I erased mine.
Did you have anything interesting?
Yeah, I did, but
Why'd you
erase it then?
You just
because it wasn't true.
Oh.
What? But most of the things I kind of picked up, we already kind of
Yeah.
have discussed, or I put in my sense while you were putting up your points.
I liked a little flirting between Ezra and Leia a little bit, like the show off nature.
Mm-hmm.
That was kind of cool. I liked Ezra's jealousy of Leia.
Well, I mean, I like how, they showed off her snarky attitude, and and Ezra, he felt the same way Han kind of felt about it.
Yeah.
So she's out of her element.
Yeah.
Especially on that planet, that Blackwater planet, they're probably way, they're probably way dated with their gender equality. You know what I mean?
So she would be, what, 15 or 16 here?
Yeah.
How old would Han be?
Well, it's 4 years before episode 4, right?
Because Han would be around the same age as Lando, right? He was like a man. She looks like a teenager. It's weird to think it's weird to think if Han showed up in this and he was a little older, and then we saw him and Leia together, it wouldn't happen. But if it would be like
Han's the same age as Lando, is he?
I think so, isn't he? Probably around the same age.
Well, it's just like Indiana Jones.
Yeah.
He was 27. He was 26 when she was 16.
Yeah.
And then 10 years later.
It's just one of those things.
I was only a little girl. You knew what you were doing.
And then it was cool to see a stormtrooper with a lightsaber, because it kind of reminds you of that old Ralph McQuarrie concept art where stormtroopers actually everybody used lightsabers.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So that was cool too.
I like the way they destroyed the AT-AT. I was like, can they cut the legs off? And
Yeah,
like,
I mean that was a cool sequence, but it does kind of depower the AT-ATs.
Yeah, it does.
Because they were getting taken out with rockets, and I mean, to be fair, there were 2 of them, and
they didn't get taken out with any rockets, so they kept going. They kept getting up.
Well, it got up.
I guess I imagine
only one went down. That was because he cut it off with lightsabers. Yeah. And how often do you see lightsabers in like the original trilogy?
Yeah.
Maybe not so much this, but definitely Clone Wars. You can imagine like a Jedi like sprinting through, just cutting like a bunch of those things down, especially in the micro Clone Wars series.
Well, of course, yeah. I mean, the walkers back then weren't so damn tall, though.
Yeah.
No,
Usually
they had like
pretty
8
short.
legs.
And they had like 8 legs. Yeah. Much better design, but not.
Yeah, I know, right?
Yeah, I like. It was
It's more like a
interesting.
spider. Are you kidding me?
Yeah, kind of. It was interesting seeing Leia show up. I've been wondering if like different characters from like seeing Lando last season and stuff like that, and then I've been waiting to see what kind of characters show up from the original trilogy and also from Clone Wars.
Yeah.
Because we're right there in the middle of it. So I like seeing. We had Hondo, we had Lando, we had Ahsoka. It's just neat seeing all that stuff show up.
And the last thing to really talk about is, once again, we see that we are collecting rebel leaders.
Mm-hmm.
This guy with the stupid hat is now a member of the Alliance, kind of, you know? Like, we're getting more and more and more different, like, specializations of
Where's
characters.
Mama?
I don't know. Well, she's probably still in the Imperial Senate. She doesn't want to come out as a supporter or anything, right?
Yeah.
All right. Okay, guys, that was everything for Star Wars Rebels. This was A Princess on Lothal was the name of the episode, so we didn't want to say it because it could spoil. But that's one thing down from the trailer that we have to see, but as me and Shane know,
What else happened?
There's a lot
What
more.
else?
Honestly, it's the least interesting.
It's the least interesting.
That's the least interesting.
That's the
really?
least interesting.
Please watch it real quick with us.
What?
Let's watch
No. I think it'll be fun for him not to know. I think people would like that. But you guys, as viewers, have a responsibility not to spoil it for Aaron.
Mm-hmm.
Aaron does read comments because he moderates with me. So please, no comments that spoil. That's everything. Make sure you guys are going down to the description box below to check out all of our links to our social media. You can go to blindwave.net, check out our website, and you can come right back here for next reaction by hitting the subscribe button and the like button and coming back next video. I'm Eric.
I'm Shane.
I'm Aaron.
When do you guys hit the button?